Welcome back to the 2 Minute Warning. Today I'm taking a look at the Minnesota Vikings and going over whether or not I think they should trade for Arizona Cardinals pass rusher Chandler Jones. But before we get into that topic, just a quick question for those of you, and I want to hear your GM skills out there. What would be your ideal trade package for Chandler Jones? You think he's worth a first round pick, second round pick, third round pick, whatever it is? Comment down below and I'll kind of give my answer throughout. Getting straight into it though, if you did not hear, Arizona Cardinals pass rusher Chandler Jones has requested a trade. He's unhappy with his future of the Cardinals. He's unhappy with his contract, yada, yada, yada. He will still be attending training camp. However, requesting a trade is requesting a trade. So therefore, he's kind of on the trading block. I wasn't initially going to make a video on the Vikings reaching out to Chandler just because I feel like they're content with what they have now. But someone in the comments down below said, well, what about Pat Pete? He might be able to get him over there. And I didn't think about that, and therefore I'm definitely going to make that video with Patrick Peterson. Kind of being, I don't want to say a recruiter, but a guy that could sway Chandler Jones to being open to headed towards the Vikings. And again, I don't think this Vikings team is desperate for a pass rusher. They already have Danielle Hunter, who's going to be back. They drafted Patrick Jones, another pass rusher. In the box, they got Richardson, Tomlinson, Pierce. There's a lot of attention going to be in the center of that box. Linebacker core is pretty solid with Eric Kendricks, Anthony Barr, rookie Chad Surratt. Secondary is looking good. You got Pat Pete, of course, Hitman Harrison Smith, Xavier Woods. Jeff Gladney won't really play. He's kind of banged up. Xavier Woods, I think I already said him. Rashad Breeland. Alexander McKenzie. You got Cameron Dantzler. It's a pretty deep secondary. I do think we're going to be relying on Pat Pete to really get to his youth again, be in Mike Zimmer's defense and show he could still be the guy. But I've already predicted the Vikings could be a top 5 defense this year. They have the upside to be that high. You add in Chandler Jones and Danielle Hunter together, though, we could be looking at one of the top 3, top 1 defenses in the league. That's the type of player he is. We're talking about a future Hall of Famer. Chandler Jones was banged up last year, but the year before that, the last time he played a full season, the Cat had 19 sacks. You pair that up with Danielle Hunter, who the last time he played had 14 and a half. We got two guys that could possibly push 15 sacks each on the same single team in the same single season. That's pretty impressive. So, of course, there's some interest. I mean, why would you not want a top 5, top 3, top 1 defense? My only concern is, A, the money. Already had to fix a contract negotiation with Danielle Hunter. O'Neal's going to need some money. There's just going to be a lot of money that's going to make things hard to fit in. There's some expensive guys on this team. Kirk Cousins, Cook, Thielen. Jay Jettis is still on his rookie contract, but in time it will be difficult. Pat Pete took a little bit of money. Harrison Smith, Eric Hendricks, Danielle Hunter. Like I said, O'Neal needs some more money. I'm not saying they're sucking it up. I'm not saying they're wrong for making millions of dollars, but I'm just saying it'll be hard to bring over Chandler Jones, who's going to cost 15 and wants more, clearly, because he's unhappy with his current contract. But in my mind, if somehow, some way you could crunch the numbers, aggressiveness will pay off if they could get him over to Minnesota this season. I really like Minnesota this year to make a playoff run. You add in a Chandler Jones, though, a healthy Vikings team, a Kirk Cousins who hits the next level with a Justin Jefferson, hopefully better protection with Christian Darrisaw. I don't think it'll be this top 5 O-line, but bringing in Christian Darrisaw and Wyatt Davis, a guard and tackle in the first and third round, can help this O-line improve. Like I said, it won't be top 5, but it will definitely be better than last year. Like the offense with Jay Jettis, Adam Thielen, Kirk, improved O-line, Dalvin Cook, Irv Smith, hopefully having a better role. Defense is going to be stellar. Hopefully Mike Zimmer can really keep up on offense. We know he's a good defensive-minded coach, but he's not the most innovative when it comes to offense. Hopefully this year, a Justin Jefferson type of player can really improve and electrify this team. Outside of the number aspect of, affording Chandler Jones, what's it going to cost to trade for him? Are you going to call the Cardinals and they say we want 2 first-round picks? If so, you hang up. But if they are looking for something around the realm of a Julio Jones trade, where Julio Jones went for a second round in 2022 and a 4th-round pick in 2023, I think I could pull that off. That seems relatively cheap for a future Hall of Famer that could give you the chance to be a top 3 defense in the league. And when you're a top 3 defense in the league, that is not a team that wants to be played in the playoffs, and who knows what can happen. I've already predicted Minnesota to be a dark horse Super Bowl team. We added in Chandler Jones. I'm not saying there's a Super Bowl favorite, but they change possibly from a Super Bowl from a dark horse Super Bowl team to possibly a contending Super Bowl team, if that makes sense. It definitely umps their rankings, just to be clear. But like I said, what is it going to cost? Can you get him for a second and a fourth? Are the Vikings okay with that? I don't see him going for a first round pick. That would be the absolute maximum I'd see him go for, but even that's a little much. He's into his 30s. He's coming off an injured season, and he's only on a 1-year contract. That's going to be expensive. The Cardinals don't have, prime Chandler Jones being traded for right now. They have Chandler Jones who's injured, older, and expensive. I mean, those are all reasons as to why he'll be cheaper in trade, but also all reasons as to why you may not want a Chandler Jones. So it's really a question the Vikings have to ask themselves: how well or how much does Patrick Peterson want to recruit him over? How good do you think this defense would be with him? I'm just scared they'll pull him over to Minnesota and he'll get hurt again. It's not like he has this super consistent career being hurt every single week or year, but still older, coming off an injured season. I just don't want to see it be a continuous pattern. Now, I don't think it will be, but I just don't like that risk. But like I said, if I'm the Vikings, I'm not saying they need to do this. I'm not saying they should do this, but I'm saying they should make a phone call. Just figure it out, evaluate it a little bit more, see what he is going to cost. Are they giving him away for just a second and a second only? If so, I could probably do that. I could probably send off that second round pick, bring in Chandler today. I want a team that can make a Super Bowl run. Vikings, like I said, they're a dark horse as of today to me, but a Chandler Jones, a future Hall of Famer when healthy, with Danielle Hunter, I think it easily changes them from a dark horse team to a contending team. Aggressiveness pays off, The Chiefs is a little bit of a different scenario, but the Chiefs were making the playoffs year after year with Alex Smith, going 11-5, making the playoffs, but they said that's not enough. We want a ring. They traded up for Patrick Mahomes, a big risk, yet it paid off. It got them a Super Bowl ring. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, this is another extreme case. We're talking about the GOAT here, but they took a risk on bringing in a 42, 43-year-old quarterback in a brand new offense in a COVID type of season, yet it paid off, and they got a Super Bowl ring. Aggressiveness works. I don't want to say every time, but I think it works enough to be able to take that big swing, to go big or go home, to take the risk. At the end of the day, if you bring over Chandler Jones, it doesn't matter if you gave up your whole draft lottery picks 1 through 6. If you got a Super Bowl ring at the end of the day, you are not going to look back at that trade. You're going to look at that Super Bowl ring on your hand for the rest of your life, and therefore that's worth it. To me, again, I'm getting a little speculative here, saying they're going to give up their whole draft lottery, but you know what I mean. If you could crunch the numbers and I'm the Vikings, I would definitely look into it if you believe you're a team that can make a run this year. I don't want, Chandler Jones to be traded to a team that's the Jets or the Lions or the Texans or the Eagles. They're not even close to a Super Bowl, but a Vikings team, any team that's really one piece away to being a Super Bowl team, I'd go for it. I do think the Vikings are one of them. I just think the money and the crunch of the numbers to afford everyone will be tough, but that's not my job. I'm not in the front office. Maybe it's easier said than done. You guys tell me, do you agree or disagree? You all for Chandler Jones coming in, or you all against to keep him away as far as possible? Are you kind of like me, where it depends if you could work it out? How much draft capital do you have to give up? So on and so forth. I need to understand a little bit more. I need to see some more circumstances, some more evaluations. What even shape is he in? And refer back to the question of the video. You guys kind of already heard my take. I think he's anywhere right around a Julio Jones trade. A second and a fourth, second and a fifth, third and fourth, second and third, something around that range. I'm not in the front office. Like I said, it's hard for me to crunch the numbers to the nth degree, to the nth pick of what he's worth, but that's my broad opinion. You guys tell me what you think. As always, and of course, thank you for watching, guys. 2-minute warning.